A former counselor and board member of a crisis center in Courtenay is calling on VIHA to reinstate the service before another person takes their own life. There's been a rash of suicides in the Comox Valley in the last 2 years, and Mike Harris says if the Crossroads Crisis Center was still open, some lives could have been saved.
One life lost is a disaster. 17 lives lost through suicide is a disaster of enormous proportions.
Mike Harris is referring to a rash of suicides in the Comox Valley dating back to January 2009. 17 deaths, including 5 young people under the age of 19, 4 of those at one high school alone. He used to be a counselor at Crossroads Crisis Center in Courtenay that closed in May 2010. He says if it was still open, maybe even just one life could have been saved.
We need to have a local crisis center staffed by local people who know what the local resources are and who understand the local situation.
The phone line was available 24/7 all year long and was available to people with all sorts of problems.
Provided a lot of resources for people who were in crisis, of all kinds of people, not just people who were contemplating suicide, people with domestic problems, with financial problems, with drug-related problems.
There was also a successful in-school program that made people aware of the signs of suicide. But when VIHA pulled the crisis line funding last year, all the programs ended and the crisis line itself was amalgamated in Nanaimo.
I'm not so sure that the counsellors in Nanaimo at the end of the crisis line phone are aware of our community and what makes it tick and the relationships that go on within the community between the various agencies.
The Vancouver Island Health Authority wouldn't talk to us about this issue, instead referring us to the Vancouver Island Crisis Line in Nanaimo, an organization that says it's still fulfilling the needs of the Comox Valley and the North Island.
So we have a lot of connections and we attend fairs, we go to meetings, we try to become as involved as we can in getting to know those resources and know exactly what is available there so that we can recommend it to people that call.
But Harris says that's still not good enough.
Well, I believe VIHA should consider reopening the facility and maybe consider also giving some assistance to get it open.
In the meantime, he's appealing to anyone in the community who would like to learn more about the signs of suicide to call Sarah Sullivan at 250-337-2280.